Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I tinker with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. This video also has tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. So, thank you very much for watching. Share with you all my lab report on the Panther. As you can see here, I put about 12,000 miles on the oil. I believe I only did 4 quarts. They had some comments here about 2 things that was a little bit concerning. One is they found some iron in the report that was higher than usual, but they didn't say it was alarming. And then there is silicon in there, which I believe, or they say, is probably dirt getting in the engine somehow. I think probably getting past my K&N filter. There's a couple of times I had intake tubes for the turbo that was loose and sucking in air. Had a hole in one time, so that may have something to do with it. But my K&N filter is getting a lot dirtier here than it had been in the past when I lived in Arkansas. So I'm going to run another report in 10,000 miles, but this time I'm going to run a paper filter to see if this iron wear and this silicon changes. Now, one thing I do want to note, that with my 12,000 mile oil change, my TBN is still twice as high as it needs to be. So my oil is still good. They suggest that I keep my oil change at the 12,000 miles, but I need to do something about my iron wear. Here's my iron wear at 34. Before, it was 10 parts, I think, per million, and 11 parts per million the first time I did the test. So the first test was done at 225,000. The second test was done 287,000. The third test was done at 390,000. So I went from about I guess that's about a 60,000 mile to 103,000 mile interval. This is how many quarts of oil I think I changed or I added between the miles. Now, I would add that the first 5,000 miles, I added about 3 quarts because I was having issues with me boosting, losing oil above 5 psi. I think that has something to do with my oil lines leaking. I thought it was a turbo, but it's not. I think it's oil lines. So when I hit 5,000, I lowered, controlled myself to boost under 5 psi, and I only added 1 quart in about 7,000 miles. So that's very good. Little bit of aluminum in there, twice as much as normal. Unit averages, most vehicles have 9, so I'm still below average. The big thing was iron in the oil. They said it's not alarming, but it is higher than I'm usually getting. Then we come down here. This silicon is high. It should be no higher than 8. It was 13. Before, it was 6 and 7. A couple of good things is not leaking anything into the sample, like coolant, water. My fuel even was low fuel. Flash point is better. No water, no antifreeze in there, no head gasket issues. So my TBN is lower than it usually is, but here I was adding more oil and changing it a little more frequency. So my first sample was done on a 6,000 mile change. My next sample was done at a 9,000 mile change, and this was done at 12,000 mile change. So another 20% or so, 30%. So there you have it. Oil change is being done. 12,000 miles is not too many miles. However, again, I added 3 quarts that first 5,000, so that may affect it. I'm gonna do my next change at 10,000 and see where these number goes with a paper filter. If you have any questions about this stuff, let me know. You can compare this stuff to their website, and this is on a Panther. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.